How you doing, people? Thank you for coming back for another edition of the Horror Debate. I am Jeff Rowdy Jake here. He is Michael Mandy. And you know what, folks?
What?
Once again, we are live.
And this week we are debating a movie from 2010 called Mask Maker.
Yeah!
Otherwise known as Masquerade.
Oh, boy. Now, if it had that title, I might have passed it up.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I'm
That's
looking.
Probably why
so I'm sitting there looking through my Netflix queue, going, Mikey and me need to watch something like completely off the cuff.
Something modern.
We don't want to watch anything that we're told to watch. We're just gonna randomly pick. We're gonna find a cover that looks cool, and we're gonna go for it. Yeah. And you know what we found? We found Mask Maker, and it's kind of a little bit of a Texas Chainsaw vibe in the sense that dude is walking around with other people's skin on his head.
Yep, and I'm glad they didn't call. I can see why they didn't call this movie Mr. Skin.
Mr. Skin. Isn't that a website?
Yeah, showing
Celebrity Skin, something, yeah.
Mr. Skin shows you all the nudie parts in movies.
Ah.
That's all it is. It's just the naked parts.
Oh, that's where you spend all your time.
No, actually, I can safely say I have not paid money to Mr. Skin to see this website. It's just people have told us, hey, Mr. Skin shows movie clips. You should show movie clips on your site. It's like, we don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
Are you paying to hear this now? No.
We are here to entertain you, and that's about it, and to watch movies and have fun in the process.
Yeah, so,
the deal is with this Mask Maker deal is, first of all, it stars a chick that looks an awful lot like Jennifer Aniston.
But better looking.
So that gave it a plus right there to me.
Nikki DeLoach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, DeLoach?
DeLoach.
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 Is that like a delouse?
Yeah, and this movie was directed by Griff First.
What a great name that is, Griff.
Griff? That's probably short for Griffin.
Yeah.
But I saw the credits on this, and when I saw Griff First, I looked at my wife and said, I bet his dad's Flounder from Animal House. Stephen First. I looked it up. I was right.
So,
his dad's Flounder.
Is it right?
His dad's Flounder.
That's funny.
Way to go. And I even liked Up the Creek.
I'm up the creek.
Yeah,
I remember that movie.
Cheap Trick did that. That was an awesome movie.
The creek.
It died a horrible death, too. It's too bad. That was a stupid movie, but it was supposed to be a stupid movie.
Hey, speaking of Cheap Trick, I just saw Rick Nielsen on that metal show last night.
Yeah,
and, the man is funny.
Yeah.
The man is goofy. He's funny. He's old, but he cracks me up.
Did he say, I still move fast enough to get away from a fallen stage?
Well, that's what he was talking about, was a stage collapse up in Canada, and how scary it was for old men to be on a stage when that thing kind of went down.
I saw the video. That thing was huge.
Oh, and then they had like a face-off between I Want You to Want Me and Rock and Roll All Night. Now, to me, for the biggest like rock anthem kind of theme deal, what's the better song?
Yeah, I'd say Rock and Roll All Night.
I have to go with Kiss on that one. Rock and Roll All Night had more impact. I think maybe the better song might be I Want You to Want Me overall, maybe musically. But Rock and Roll All Night, think of the impact that has had worldwide. But of course everybody, because Rick Nielsen was on the show, with the exception of Eddie Trunk. Eddie Trunk stood his ground and said, I got to go with Kiss. And this has nothing to do with Mask Maker, but we're having a good time with it.
Okay, Mask Maker. And you know what's cool about this movie?
Yeah.
It stars Michael Berryman.
Yes!
From The Hills Have Eyes.
Yes, as soon as I saw him, man.
I went, dude!
And doesn't it seem funny when he talks like in a regular movie?
And he acted
where he's
normal.
not being like a villain. When he speaks normally, that voice somehow does not go with that head.
He was a nice guy in this movie.
Yeah.
I liked him. He was cool.
Yeah, but that voice doesn't go with that head.
Michael Berryman needs to have more movies thrown his way. He's a cool dude.
Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
When he talks, his voice doesn't go with that face.
Yeah. And also, when I saw in this movie, all of a sudden, Terry Kaiser is in this movie. And you're all going, who? Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's. And he was also in Friday the 13th, the one with the Carrie chick with the telekinesis.
Yeah.
But still, Bernie was in here. I'm going, when he dies, I said he'll still be in the movie.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Oh, it was cool.
So you got these two college students. You got the Jennifer Aniston-looking chick and this dude, her boyfriend, who are,
what's the plot of the
their
movie?
Relationship has been on the rocks. And
What's the plot of the movie?
They've been kind of, I'm talking, Mike.
I know.
That's what I'm doing the plot.
Tell us.
All right. So their relationship's been up and down the rocks, and he wants to solidify the relationship. So he goes out unbeknownst to her and buys her this big old property out in the middle of Nowheresville.
And it's super cheap.
And it's $10,000. He paid $10,000 for this joint. Huge. And it looks like a
three-story house with 40 acres.
Looks like a match, 40 acres.
Damn, I could put that on a credit card.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
$10,000 on a credit card. Right now, you got a mansion, Mike.
That's
what do you
right.
think?
And 40-plus acres.
What do you think? But
With a graveyard in
we
the
can
backyard.
record in that place. I bet the acoustics are great.
That would be awesome.
See? So then what ends up happening is she, first of all, is totally like bummed out about the whole deal. She's like, what are you doing? We're supposed to be in the city. We're college kids. We're supposed to be going to school, yada, yada, yada. His comeback is, well,
Fix it up.
We could fix it up, flip it, make a ton of money. So she starts to warm up to the idea and warm up to him again. So they walk into the joint and they're starting to see all this stuff that's left, man. All this silver, which was untarnished, by the way, as my wife kept saying, why isn't that tarnished?
Yeah.
Why isn't that tarnished? I don't know why it's not tarnished.
And I'm sitting there watching this movie also going, that would have been plundered by kids a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been sitting in there for 40 years. I'm sorry.
Exactly. So, but anyway, they start checking the joint out. Now the boyfriend, he's trying to get the electrical turned on, so he walks outside. He's looking at the breaker box.
And he brings his buddies to help him fix the place up. His two buddies and their two girlfriends.
But he notices off to the left that, there's this weird kind of area back there. Almost looks
graveyard.
like a grave. Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, so
In
he goes back there
Louisiana.
to investigate.
Another movie where the location plays a major
Absolutely.
part.
Absolutely.
I like that.
So he goes back there to investigate, and what happens?
They see a big stick in the ground.
See a big stick in the ground. He gets startled by the electrical dude. He falls back, scrapes his back on the stick.
Pulls the stick out.
Pulls the stick out. Yep. Yanks it out and goes, oh my God, that smells.
Yep. Okay, so
then what happens? He takes off, goes back into the house, meets up with his buddies, whatever. The electricity gets turned back down. But what he did by taking that stick out,
he brought back the bad thing that was buried. That's right.
Yes. So anyway, we got this dude coming back who wants to be Leatherface.
Yeah, that's why it's called Mask Maker.
Who's making masks out of these guys' faces and
Whoever
heads.
he kills, he just grabs their neck and just floop, takes the whole thing off.
Now, at first look, I'm looking at this thing going, oh, no, don't do that. Don't do a Leatherface. But you know what? The comedy of the whole thing made me like it.
Yeah, he keeps switching faces.
He keeps changing faces, and pretty soon he's got this chick's face on this huge body.
It looked like Rob Zombie was chasing after her.
He doesn't even have it on straight. He's got it like halfway cockeyed, walking. It was great. I laughed. It was great. If anything was serious in the movie, after that you could not go back to Seriousville. There was no way. It was blown at that point. But I'm telling you, Mike, good stuff. That was funny. I love that stuff. When you see this guy walking slow and he's stalking these guys and he's got this chick's face on with this freaking hair flying all over the joint, it was good stuff. Even my oldest son came down. He goes, bah!
He thought that was scary.
Said, what is that? It was good stuff, man. So,
all right. So they did steal a little bit from Texas Chainsaw.
No, they stole a lot from Texas Chainsaw.
Okay.
I mean, the whole house vibe, the dirty brown.
Yeah.
All
the
of that.
house looked like the Chainsaw.
Yeah.
The remake Chainsaw house, not the original Chainsaw house.
Absolutely.
The remake.
They stole from it, no doubt about it. But
it was nice seeing Michael Berryman.
Yeah.
It was nice seeing Bernie.
I like the vibe where the guy at the store was so freaked out about them buying the house, and he came out there to deliver the paint, and all of a sudden got spooked and
when
dropped
he saw
the paint.
them messing with the stick.
Yeah, it took off.
I like the fact they didn't spill everything at the beginning. They give you little hints, and you have to watch the movie to see what goes on. I mean, it was well put together.
And Mike, how you play roulette on Netflix. You could just basically spin a wheel, and you're going to land 9 times out of 10. You're going to land on a horror movie
stinker.
that blows, right?
Oh yeah.
But this one, surprisingly enough, held my interest all the way through. I mean, they had some attractive females, some decent acting going on.
Yeah.
Decent enough
they
story.
were nice.
Some decent nudity, right? I mean, that was,
could have been better.
Could have been a little bit better. But I mean, overall, this was your typical 80s style kind of flick, but it was a modernized version of it.
They did steal a big chunk from Friday the 13th
Part
they did.
2. Yeah.
But, so story-wise, I'm not impressed with.
No.
But I do like the fact, I'm a sucker for those films where the past is coming back to haunt you.
Yeah.
It wasn't so great in original, but I liked the people. I liked the actors.
Yeah.
The vibe I liked. The camera work I liked. I mean, I think that Griff is got a good thing here.
Now, far better than anybody expected.
If I directed this movie, I'd be proud of it, saying, "Look, I did a few cool original things with this."
Far cooler and more respectable than I ever expected. I literally sat back and went, "Wow, how often do I just kind of flip through and go, okay, I'm going to try that one," and actually hit one that's going to be above average.
Yeah,
this I thought was slightly above average.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So it's
still a
what do you do?
3-star.
Yeah,
It's a 3-star film.
3 stars.
But
It's
man, most of them are 1 and 2s.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
I mean, this was pretty happening.
Although I'm going to take my 1 star back. I hated the last 1 second, the last 5 seconds of the movie.
Yeah.
That was the most retarded ending.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. They should have just left it with her driving away.
Yeah.
Oops. Sorry. Spoiler warning.
Well, don't worry about it. We're not going to say any more about it. But,
that
you know how
pissed me
sometimes
off.
movies hang on too long?
Yeah,
This one hung on too long.
Or movies say we gotta do a sequel.
Yeah.
So we gotta set up a sequel. It's like you're retarded.
Yeah.
You could have left it, and it still could have set up.
No,
the sequel.
Retard Dead is coming, Mike.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna watch next.
That's one that's coming.
All right. So
Yeah. So, but no, it was above average, Mike. I had a decent time with it. I think Danielle watched it with me. My son Matt watched it with me, and everybody kind of dug it. So
it's a nice family film.
it was pretty happening. So it's definitely 3 stars, 3 solid stars.
Yeah. All right. Michael Mandy, I agree with him too. You know, I mean, I'm pissed about that ending though. I'm Michael Mandy. He's Rowdy Jeff. We'll talk to you next week at the Horror Debate.